right, so today we have Rylan Moffitt, Emily Carver, and Faith Alston after today's win against College of Charleston. And we are going to open it up for questions.
David Rogers, High Country Sports. Well, you guys certainly made it dramatic for at the end, going from 16 points up, I think, in the third quarter down to winning by 3. So, what do you think was the explanation, I guess, for that defensive lapse?
I would just say we weren't us when we lost that lead. The whole first quarter and the third quarter, we were us. We were flying around playing defense, and that led to our good baskets. When we got back to us, that's when we were going to win.
Ethan Smith, the Appalachian. Coming off a tough loss to Davidson last time out, how important was it for y'all to bounce back tonight?
That loss was definitely on our mind in practice this week. I think that we had to bring the pressure to practice, getting better and getting back to what we need to do, because that game we didn't really focus on that. So I think the importance of we call it getting our lick back, but that's what we did. So.
For Emily, first half maybe doesn't go the way you want it. Third quarter came out firing. What were you doing at halftime just to stay locked in so that you could have the third quarter that you did?
I think I just got to stay confident in myself and knowing that my teammates are confident in me. When I'm out there not making my shots, I know that I can do other things, and my teammates are always there to pick me up and just say next one's in. So just the confidence part.
Emily, first off, how's your knee feeling after getting injured?
It's all right.
Okay.
It's okay. We got the win. That's all that matters.
Yeah. You also had set a career high in points, so with 28. So what does that mean to you?
I mean, it's pretty cool, but like I said, we got the win. I like winning. I mean, if I would have got the career high and we would have lost, it would have still hurt. So I like the win. So.
Rylan, you also set a career high as well in rebounds. So how does that feel as well?
That was awesome. I didn't realize I had 17, but that's pretty cool. So, yeah.
And especially with the offensive glass and really getting second chance points, explain the importance of that for this team.
I just tell myself every game that I need to start with rebounds first, because that's what my team needs from me. So getting my team second chance opportunities is really important for me.
And then for Faith, the fourth quarter was really big for you because Emily came out big in the third quarter with 21 points, I believe. And then after Emily got injured, you really stepped up in the fourth quarter. So explain just kind of really making an impact to end the game, even though Charleston made a comeback, but those points really ended the game.
I mean, I think I took an approach of, Emily went off in the third quarter. They may make an adjustment to try to take her away. So it wasn't so much of oh, they're gonna take her away, so I gotta go get some for myself. It was more of a collective effort. I just have to keep the team locked in, keep everybody together, regardless if we're going through a high, we're going on a run, or a low, we're not making anything, and the other team is just hitting everything. It's just I take a lot of pride in leadership, and I think that's the role that I've taken this year. And after Emily went off and we were just going into the fourth quarter, it was more of just making sure everybody was in together. We knew that we were going to finish this game together regardless of what the end of the score said.
Great. Any further questions? Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we've got head coach Angel Elderkin after today's win against the College of Charleston. Coach, if you want to start with an opening statement.
Yeah, coming into this game, College of Charleston was 5th in the country in pace, and they had some dynamic guard play. So I was really concerned about our ability to defend them. And I'm really still concerned about it because we made the fourth quarter interesting. But I think it's great to win and be able to take those concerns to practice tomorrow. Just really proud you guys had the student athletes in here, and you saw Emily Carver's performance in the third quarter. That's a will to win. You saw Faith's performance in the first quarter. That's a will to win. And I think they're two dynamic scoring guards. And so I thought that they not only just came to play on the offensive side of the ball, but they did a lot of special things defensively. So just another really good team win for us. This group is still learning how to win, learning how to close games. So while I thought we were going to be on easy street, I like the fact that we're being challenged to have to close out games early. I think this experience can only help us in Sun Belt play.
Great. Thank you, Coach. We will open it for questions.
Well, you kind of touched on this, David Rogers, High Country Sports. You kind of touched on this, but the way Emily and Faith hustle, throw their bodies around, and score, it's got to be awfully tough to take them out of the game.
They give their all, and going in, so we had a couple kids this week that didn't prep just because of sickness, injuries, etc. So I joked with Faith all week, like, you're going to have to give us 40 minutes. And I got to a point with the 3 that you had in here, I have to keep them on the floor, and then I got to kind of blend some other kids in there. But I thought they knew the magnitude of, okay, we've got, like, Zeta's been out. Like, a lot of our subs did not practice this week because of different reasons. So going into a game that was going to be high pace, I was very concerned, but I thought they both stepped up and they gave their all for their team tonight.
What did you take away from and apply this week from the Davidson loss, and what did you apply this week?
We talked a lot about, like, we feel as though we're a good team, but we're not a great team. And so we try to identify areas of how do we go from good to great. And so we worked a lot on guarding the basketball. We worked a lot on our offense because at Davidson you were there and we were only able to score in the 40s, and we felt like we didn't run our offense. We didn't move the ball. We didn't attack. And so we spent a lot of time in the half court just getting quality possessions and also, like, building chemistry. We're still trying to, losing Taylor early, getting some players back. We're still trying to get that chemistry. So those were some of the bigger pieces. And then at Davidson, we did not crash the glass. And so I challenged us this week, and we had 18 offensive rebounds, a little bit more, like our players said, like ourselves.
And Coach Zach Smith, High Country Sports. So there were a couple different instances tonight at the end of a quarter where you would go on these droughts, but you're still able to navigate through the win. How do you kind of get through all of that with your players?
I kind of continue to bring a defensive mindset to them in that everything gets anchored on our defense. Unfortunately, just the way it is like kids want to score the ball. But I think we have to look at our offensive package during those times and our play calls and see what we can do better. When we need a bucket, what do we need to go to? So there'll definitely be growing moments, and we're still analyzing all that with the analytics and trying to figure out what best lineups run, what best play action. So we're still, in those infant stages. I know we're in December. We're halfway through this non-conference, but there's still a lot to learn and a lot of room to grow with our group.
They were just in here, Emily, Carver, Faith, and Rylan. Huge performances for all of them. What does that kind of mean from your perspective, seeing players like that go out and ball out?
It was great. So today, coming into this game, in the game notes, College of Charleston have 5 players that have scored 30. And so I challenged our team today, and I said, we have to defend Holmes, and no one comes in Holmes and scores 30. And they joked with me, and they said, even one of us? And then Emily scores 28. So we kind of joked in the locker room about it. And I had told her in a game like this, she would get loose. But, it's like been a confidence game for her. So it's just really good. They put the work in. So anytime you have players put the work in, you just love to see this kind of performance.
College of Charleston is a team that's been a quality program for quite a number of years. They just got off of winning in overtime against Coastal Carolina. Can you talk about what your philosophy is as far as scheduling non-conference games, and then secondly, what it means to beat a team like College of Charleston?
Yeah, so in the non-conference, we try to keep a lot of games regional because we try to recruit this area. And as you guys know, in the Sun Belt, we're all over the map. We're in Texas, we're in Arkansas. And so we try to keep it regional. And then we also look at places where we recruit. And so we've got a couple kids from South Carolina. And so if it works, I try to get them home. So we schedule home and home. So we get that team to come to Boone, and then we return, and then those kids get to see their family. So that's kind of one train of thought. Another train of thought is trying to find programs that have identities that are similar to Sun Belt teams. So when you scout a College of Charleston, they like to press, they want to play up tempo. They're a little bit like Troy. They just want to, they want to score more points than you. And so you want to get your players exposed to that early. So I think today, they came in 4-game win streak. I think they've got some really quality players. I think they're going to have a good year, and I think it's a really good win for us.
Mm-hmm. We all know what happened on Sunday here. and the impact that has on the men's program. What kind of an impact does it have on women's basketball at App State?
You know, right after the game, we were prepping, and I told our team, I said, we're going to have an opportunity today to play in front of people that are coming to watch the men, because the men just do something like so special. And so we have to make sure that we handle our business, and maybe we grab from their fan base, because there's so much energy and there's so much momentum around that win that we got to try to capitalize off of it too. And like, it helps when recruiting, because that picture of the student storming the field is going to be in this facility. Storming the court is going to be in this facility, and it's talking points. You know, like, our men beat Auburn here. Look at the fan base; they stormed the court, and so we all here at App we're a family, and so when one team wins, we all win, and you have to really ride that wave. Like, every recruit, you know, got a text from me like, did you see this? You know, it's not just about what the men did, it's what App State did. It's what happened in our facility, and so we've got to capitalize on it, and I'm just really proud that our men's program was able to do that for us and for this university and athletic program.
Hey, Coach. Ethan Smith, the Appalachian. So in the first quarter, y'all came out, had a strong opening quarter. Second quarter, can't really buy a basket. What's the message at halftime, knowing that, you know, Charleston, they're still in the game? What's the message that you're giving to your team?
Yeah, really good. So I talk to our team all the time about, like, the ceiling, and, you know, there's the ceiling and then there's, like, the floor. And so when we play sometimes, like, our ceiling, like, it can be really high, but then I also know that the floor is low. Like, when we don't take good shots and we don't defend and we don't run our offense, we have these 11-point quarters, these 10-point quarters, and they're gonna kill us, like at a Davidson, for example. We can't recover. We go in down 14, you can't recover. And so trying to get them to understand that, you know, we shoot 50% and 12%, and it really had nothing to do with Charleston. It had to do with our shot selection. So getting them to understand the difference between a good shot, great shot, and just continuing to teach them that way.
And then Emily and Faith combined for 48 of your 77 points. Can you just talk about what it's like just having two dependable veteran guards on your team?
It's been awesome. They've been with me. Faith's on her 4th year. Emily's on her 3rd year. Those are kids that I recruited at a young age. I know their families. I know them. Faith's like a coach on the floor. She's unbelievable. Emily has an incredible will to win. And I think their maturation in this program, if you guys were around when Pre Stanley was here and Lainey Gosnell and Tierra Wilson, that class of Mariah and Emily and Zeta and Faith, that was the group that was to replace them. And so now they're kind of seeing the fruits of it. And so I'm just like, it took a while, but it's a really special group that's kind of coming together. So it's been exciting to see.
Can you talk about the importance Emily Carver had on the game tonight, but also on the program as a whole? Yeah,
she, so on the game tonight, it's just her will. Like, she's expanded her game to not just be a three-point shooter. How many times does she go to the rim and get an and one or use her body? And so her evolution has been incredible, just to not be put in a box, you know? That's number one. But number two, she is the type of kid that if you tell her to do something, she does it. She's a coach's kid, and she is very respectable. She's great in the locker room. She's great with her teammates. And she's really easy to coach. The only hard part about coaching Emily Carver is when her confidence gets low. You try as a coach to just tell her how much you believe in her, but at the end of the day, it's got to be her. And I would say that's the only thing that's been challenging with her. But regardless if her shot's falling, I know what I'm going to get from her every single night.
Great. Any further questions? Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.